I'm not doing that.
I'm curious. Where did you say you were from again?
Pakistan.
What is there the same problem with modern women there that we have here?
I think it's getting there because social media is so globalized. So they're starting to pick up the same morals and values. It's not quite there yet. It's still very much men are men and women are women. But the ones that live in Britain or in the US, they're totally like the Western women.
And this might be ignorant, but is that a Muslim country?
Yeah, it's Muslim.
Okay. Yeah. So are you cool like with the you can have 3 wives?
We can have 4 wives.
Oh,
we can
4?
have my dad has 2 wives. So yeah.
Oh, that's
He's living,
that's so interesting. What was that like?
I really liked it. I mean, it wasn't easy for everybody, but so like I have a family. I have 4 brothers and sisters in Pakistan, and I've got me and my 5 in England, and we didn't know for quite a bit of our lives, and then we kind of got introduced later on, and so on and so forth.
Wait, you didn't know?
We didn't know for a little while.
Wait, how?
Because I think my mum was trying to shield us from it, because it's so unfamiliar to her, but it was familiar in my dad's kind of like region where he's from, and she was kind of shielding us from it. But then we wanted to introduce and blend the families. I really like the idea of having extra siblings, and but my dad's mainly with us. But what I found hard is how much he just couldn't split his time equally. He was so much more close to us than he was with them. So it's almost a bit difficult to watch how they've got a completely different father than we have.
So where did they live?
They live in Pakistan.
Oh,
and we live in England.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's literally bi-coastal.
Oh, so then when did that split? Like, when did you guys move?
Well, my dad grew up in Pakistan, had kids, everything, then came to England and then met my mum and then got married and all these things. We say it's because of the passport, but, we don't want to point anything out. But, so, and then he just started a family with my mum and that's just, but he goes back and forth and then we're all friends. Like, yeah, we
But you were the second family, though.
Yeah, so we're kind of.
But you kind of were the first in a way, like he spent more time with you guys.
Yeah, we're the second family, but you get more of the. Yeah, you get more treatment, if I'm honest.
And so
not fair.
And he's still married to both,
and
he's still in a relationship with both. Do they get jealous or anything?
My mum does. Because she came here when she was about 14.
And she gets the most attention.
Yeah, so she gets such a good life, but she's far more because she came here when she was 14, so her values are different. Whereas the one in Pakistan, her values are just accepting that this is what a lot of men just go to a different country.
Wait, did she not know initially?
She did know.
Oh, she did. Okay.
But she just is so jealous regarding it, whereas it just shows you how cultural it is, because the other one, because it's so part of their family and their culture, she's so okay with it. But with my mum, because it's not part of her family and not part of her culture, she's so not okay with it, even though she gets a far better end of the deal. So I guess it's because I'm very possessive and jealous as well, even with my partner, and I think it must be conditioned in me because I see other cultures and they actually just get on with it.
Would you accept it?
No. No, I don't know. Maybe I would if it was like, if I was the second one of this and the other. I think the first one would be really difficult to accept that, but no, I don't think I would. I don't think I would. But you never know. God might test you differently.
So I saw a comment the other day, and I have no idea if this is true. I just read a comment. They said Muslim girls are the new Catholic girls.
Okay.
And so like basically saying that feminism is kind of seeping into that community too, and you're starting to get would you say that's true or false?
Absolutely, because I deal with a lot of clients, and a lot of my clients are Muslim men, and the treatment that they get from their wives, it's different, because before it would be like the culture I was raised is like my brother gets a completely different treatment to us, so we cook, clean everything, and we do everything for him. He doesn't have to do any of that, and we're okay with that. We're totally fine with that. But now we're living in a world where that's seen as so unfair, whereas we kind of accept it because we wouldn't pay for anything. But we would do all the chores, and we just accepted that dynamic. But now the culture is you're getting a Muslim man and a Muslim woman raised in the same home, but getting a totally different experience and getting really resentful about that. So the girls are seeing that and thinking that's unfair. The men are just used to it, and it's building that resentment, whereas we just accepted that's part of our upbringing. So I think it is becoming really angry feminists now.
That's interesting. I've only met like 1 or 2 people that had the multiple wives.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it common in like it's not? Is it common in like where you guys are from? It's so common where I'm from.
My dad can have it, but my mum wouldn't have it. No, he actually can, but my mum is very Western, so she wouldn't sit for it. And,
I wonder then, does that mean jealousy is something we condition or like?
No, just like, it's just, you have to know the wife you marry. Like some women will be okay with that, some women won't.
Well, I think it's like women, we don't want it's like the biological reason is we don't want the resources to go to someone else. Yeah. So that's like why if a girl catches it, like a guy cheating, it's like, do you love her? Where if a guy catches a girl cheating, like don't guys ask like where they slept together and all this stuff?
Did you have
like,
sex?
Yeah. Like was he bigger? Was he? I mean, I don't.
No,
I've never been in that situation.
Do you think you'd be more okay? Do you think women would be more okay with 2 wives rather than just a man that constantly is just cheating? What do you think would be better for women?
I mean, I think the 2 wives would be better, but I think modern women are side chick. I think it's like situationships. And what's a situationship? You're sharing a guy.
So earlier when I said modern women share men is like your family's an example and your dad is one of the men that has access. So there's men out there that can't get one. Your dad has 2 families.
And he provided for both.
And he provided for both of them, yeah?
Both women don't work.
Yeah, so what it says again, if you can provide, there'll be women out there that are not going to be bothered because in reality, women are not bothered. But they just have there's a certain cost for the for their submission, right?
You have to be able to afford it.
What is your submission cost?
And that's all it is. Like and some of us we can't accept. Some of us, we don't have the funds for that submission, and other people do. And so that's why when women say, "Oh, if my man cheated on me, he was a millionaire, I'll leave him." In reality, if a man pulls up in the Lamborghini and then you discover he does something, and you say, "I'm going to leave you," that's
I didn't see it.
He's going to be
changing your life.
Listen, you're going to walk in watching him bending a girl over, and you're still not going to see it. Literally, it's going to be like, I'm blind. Oh yeah, this Birkin, I'm blind.
But when you get married, do you want to be monogamous?
Yeah, there's no point in being married if I still want to be outside, right? Because I can just be outside, innit? I do believe, like, at some point, as a man, it gets boring. You're gonna find it boring. You want one woman and all of that stuff. And also, if I have children, I just don't want to be out there like on their mother. But I just because if you leave it long enough, then you don't need to be outside no more. But if you want to be outside, be outside. Like, you don't have to. If you don't want to be married, don't be married. Just be in a relationship. And I think today, there's so many different types of relationships you can have, Pearl. I don't think anyone has to kind of just have... You can basically have whatever you want. Like, you just have to find the people for it.
The right
like go into the communities. There's whole poly hashtags now. You know what I mean? Like, if you want that, don't go get a girl which you're going to destroy your whole life and then ruin how she thinks about men. Just find...
As many of you know, I was just banned on TikTok, and we are demonetized on a daily basis on this platform. If you want to help, please consider sending a super thanks below. Every donation helps, and it helps make what we do possible.